Hey guys, Mike here. I'm doing a little DIY project. Hopefully you guys like it. How many times have you gone to inflate your yard inflatables for the year and they don't light up? Just like these two. I mean, they light up, but that's it. And that's a pain in the butt. I'm going to go ahead and show you an easy way to fix it. Cheap and permanently saves you a ton of money. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to need some new LEDs. I will leave a link to these on the description down below. You're going to need wire cutters and a way to join it, make the wires waterproof, and that's going to be like electrical tape or a quick connect fitting. So what I'm going to go ahead and do first is I'm going to go ahead and shut these off. And I'm going to start with the snowman here. At the bottom of your inflatable, there is generally a zipper. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and unzip it, and you're going to reach your arm up. You're going to find this little connector here. This is what holds it on. This generally just pops right off. Either get your fingernail under it or get a screwdriver and pop this little cap off. At that point, bring out your dead light. And on these ones, you're always going to want to check your polarity on the wiring because LEDs will only work one way. So on these ones, the one with the stripe is your positive, the one without the stripe is your negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire clippers here and I'm going to clip the wire off. Do not throw this away, you are going to need it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my strip here, and it's got a nice long strip on that end and short on that end. I'm going to need two of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and clip it off right here in the middle and tear these two off. And I'm going to tear this one off of itself. Did not mean to tear the plastic. If you tear the plastic, it's not the end of the world. Just make sure you put it back on there because you're going to need the adhesive later. If you have the ability to use a glue gun, like a hot glue gun or super glue, use it. It'll definitely help you in the next to anchor the light back to the original light assembly. So I'm going to split these two up here. Now I've got two totally separate lights, and on these ones, just like with the original wire here, your striped wire is your positive, your non-striped wire is your negative. So I've got these two separated here. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a little more strippage. These are 18 gauge wires. So make sure I have plenty of wire stripped here. This side I'm just going to close up and tape off to keep it watertight. On this side, these are like 22 gauge wires. For this low voltage, it's 12 volts DC voltage. It's not going to make much of a difference with the connection. So these are little 22 gauge wires here. I strip those back. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and tie my positive to positive and my negative to negative. fold it over to make sure it doesn't come apart. And for these, I tend to keep them straight. So I fold it over in a way where it's going to keep it straight, as well as protect the wire. And I'll go ahead and fix both of these before I fire them up and show you how bright they are now. So we'll see how well they do. I definitely don't, that's the one thing about yard inflatables I don't like, is the fact that they don't make them to last. They want you to replace them every year. And I may get canceled for saying this, but it's cheaper to DIY fix it, because this is a $20 fix, and you can fix all of your yard inflatables for 20 bucks. Those the light bulbs on Amazon are about $20 for about 60 of them. Like I said, I will leave a link in the description down below. So I've got these wrapped up. I'm going to wrap them together to make sure they stay put. So now I've got that in there. I'm going to take one more piece of tape here. And I'm going to wrap this around here just so that they're not loosely moving around in the inflatable. So now I'm going to take my old part here, and I'm going to peel off the stickiness, the sticky backing on the light. And I'm going to adhere the new light and the old light together. Now, if you have some hot glue, this generally will increase the bond on here. Unfortunately, I am out. But now that I have the old light connected to the new light, I will feed the wire back up here and get the connector back on. Get it back in the hole where the light comes through, and clip its little cut back on there, and then I'm going to zip the snowman back up. So snowman's done. We're going to fire him up in just a minute, but now we're going to go ahead and fix his penguin. Policy is the procedure is the exact same on this one as it would be on the snowman. If your inflatable has multiple lights above itself, what you're going to do is you're going to pull all the lights out, but keep them in order. And what that means is you're going to keep the lights in order so that way you can put them back in. And they'll go back in the exact same way they came out. I have a few of my own that I have done this to, that have like 3 sets of lights in them. Which means that once this is done, these are going to be extremely bright. And you're definitely going to know they're the working ones on the block. So I'm going to clip that off there. Same thing, check the polarity. Stripe is positive, no stripe is negative. And then I'm going to take these wires here, separate them apart, separate these two. Get about little over half an inch of stripped wire off on each conductor. And then you're going to do the the same thing on here. That way you get a really good, strong, bonded connection. And just like the other one, I will tape these off. So, positive to positive. Let me see here. Here's my positive. The cat decided to come to make a visit. Say hello to Bella. She probably wants in the house and she'll have to wait till I'm done with this. Because it ain't going to do any good and you're not getting any sauce. Forgive me, I'm out of butt connectors to make these connections. So that's why I'm using just electrical tape for now. It's holiday time. We got to have these lights looking nice. So twist these together nice and tight. That way they do not come apart. See, those are all covered. We're going to get these all covered up. Give it a couple of loops. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap the pair again, wrap the pair, just to keep them nice and neat. And then I'm going to tape these off down here. You don't need much tape. But this is just to make sure nothing happens to the wires and everything stays happy. I'm going to go ahead and peel off this adhesive backing on this one, and we're going to do the same thing here. We are going to attach this here nice and tight. I like putting it right at the middle of the middle of the three bulbs. That way it centers everything. So now we are going to go ahead and feed this back up into the Penguin. You're going to find the back of the neck where the connection was. As it was right here. So now I'm going to take this connection here, put that back on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And then I'm going to go ahead and plug these back in. And we're going to see how well they do. See, now once they inflate, they look like they're brand new. If you guys like this kind of content, please drop a like down below. Leave a comment. I'm happy for the feedback. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Links are down in the description to the lights. As you can tell, these things look like they're brand new. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.